Stepping into the Game A VR introduction, virtual reality. Just hearing the name sparks excitement. Imagine stepping into your favorite game. You're not just controlling the action, you're living it. That's the power of VR. It's a technology that tricks your senses. You feel like you're really there, inside the game world. VR isn't exactly new. The idea has been around for decades. Early devices in the 1960s, like the Sensorama, gave glimpses of what VR could be. Then came the Sword of Damocles in the 1960s, a bulky contraption that was an early attempt at head-mounted displays. These pioneers paved the way for the incredible VR experiences we have today. VR has had its ups and downs over the years, but now it's back and better than ever. With cutting-edge technology, VR is changing how we play and experience games. Get ready to dive into the future of gaming. Leveling up the evolution of VR tech. The 2010s marked a turning point for VR. Technology advanced rapidly. Headsets became more powerful, comfortable, and affordable. It was like leveling up in real life. Companies like Oculus, HTC, and Sony jumped into the VR arena. They released groundbreaking headsets that changed the game. The Oculus Rift brought high-quality VR to homes, the HTC Vive offered precise tracking and motion controls, and Sony's PlayStation VR brought VR to a console audience. These headsets weren't perfect, but they were a huge step forward. They showed the potential of VR gaming. Suddenly, gamers could experience virtual worlds in a whole new way. It was a revolution in the making. Worlds without end, immersive gaming in VR. Imagine battling with lightsabers in a galaxy far, far away, or stepping into the shoes of a master thief in a futuristic city. VR makes these dreams a reality. Games like Beat Saber have become VR sensations. Players slash through blocks to the beat of music, feeling the rhythm in a whole new way. Half-Life. Alyx, a prequel to the iconic series, set a new standard for narrative-driven VR experiences. And who can forget VR Chat, where you can hang out with friends or strangers in a wacky and unpredictable virtual world. What makes these games so special? It's the feeling of presence. In VR, you're not just watching the game, you're in the game. You can reach out and touch objects, feel the weight of weapons, and experience the scale of environments in a way that traditional gaming just can't match. Your portal to new realities VR hardware. Modern VR headsets are technological marvels. They're packed with sensors, screens, and processors that work together to create believable virtual worlds. Headsets like the Oculus Quest 2 offer high-resolution displays, precise tracking, and inside-out tracking, meaning you don't need external sensors. They're also becoming more affordable, making VR accessible to a wider audience. But VR hardware is more than just headsets. Advanced controllers track your hand movements with incredible accuracy, letting you reach out and interact with the virtual world. And haptic feedback devices can simulate the feeling of touch, adding another layer of realism to VR experiences. Section 5. Game on in the virtual arena. VR esports. VR isn't just for single-player adventures, it's also taking the competitive gaming world by storm. VR esports are on the rise, with tournaments popping up for games like Echo Arena, Onward, and Pavlov VR. What makes VR esports so exciting? It's the combination of physical and mental skill. Players need lightning-fast reflexes, strategic thinking, and even physical endurance to compete at the highest level. VR esports are still in their early stages, but they have the potential to be huge. Imagine watching the world's best VR gamers battle it out in zero-gravity arenas or on virtual battlefields. The possibilities are endless. Section 6. The next level, VR's exciting future. Hold on to your headsets because the future of VR is mind-blowing. Imagine virtual worlds so real, you can't tell the difference from the real thing. That's the promise of future VR technology. We can expect even more realistic graphics, powered by advancements in computer processing and rendering techniques. Haptic feedback will become even more sophisticated, allowing you to feel textures, temperatures, and even pain in VR. And then there's the mind-blowing potential of brain-computer interfaces. This technology could allow us to control VR experiences with our thoughts, creating a level of immersion we can only dream of today. Section 7. Facing the Boss. Challenges in VR gaming. VR gaming isn't all sunshine and rainbows. There are still some challenges to overcome before it becomes as ubiquitous as console or PC gaming. One of the biggest hurdles is motion sickness. Some people experience nausea and dizziness when using VR headsets, especially during fast-paced games. The good news is that developers are constantly working on ways to reduce motion sickness, and headsets are becoming more comfortable and easier to use. Another challenge is cost. High-end VR headsets can be expensive, especially when you factor in the cost of a powerful PC to run them. However, as technology advances and competition increases, we can expect VR hardware to become more affordable over time. Section 8. VR, the next chapter in gaming history. VR has come a long way since its humble beginnings. What was once a futuristic dream is now a reality, and it's only getting better. With immersive games, groundbreaking technology, and the potential to revolutionize how we play, VR is poised to be the next chapter in gaming history. The future of VR is bursting with possibilities. Imagine attending virtual concerts, exploring distant planets from your living room, or even receiving medical treatment in a virtual environment. VR has the potential to transform not just gaming, but countless aspects of our lives. It's an exciting time to be a gamer and a witness to this technological revolution. Section 9. Join the revolution. Share your VR experience. So, are you ready to take the plunge into virtual reality? The future of gaming is here, and it's waiting for you to explore it. Have you tried VR gaming? What are your favorite VR games and experiences? Share your thoughts, stories, and maybe even challenge each other to a virtual duel in the comments below.